Okay, welcome back to the Mark and Joe Show. We were talking about 2017 year in review, and we're talking about all the great celebrity
all the people that meant something to us
that passed away
this year.
And we've come across this next one is John Hurd. And
we also got a couple of other voices that are going to probably be in here too. So.
Our significant others.
I'm a significant other?
Well, yes, you're my significant other. Why?
See, there how that goes. I can't deny her. I'm married to her over there.
You don't like being that? I can always figure something out for
that
one.
Here we got John Hurd.
Yes.
He was familiar from television, but best known for the dad from Home Alone, one of my favorite movies. Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin's dad.
Barbara Sinatra, Frank's ex-wife or wife. Now, I didn't know who she was at first, but after reading that, she does matter. June Forhay, 99. She was the voice of Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Oh my God!
From the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, and we're talking about the one you and I watched growing
that's the
up.
One
the original.
And
she was also. And she was also the voice of his nemesis, Natasha Fatal.
Oh, Natasha.
Yep.
Yep. Very famous lady, voice lady.
For us, we must get a moose and squirrel.
Sam Shepard. He was an actor.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember seeing that one, The Right Stuff.
I did.
I've heard of it.
I did. That was an awesome movie. It was about the astronauts and the.
Now here's one for all you Harry Potter fans. Robert Hardy. He played the Minister of Magic, Cornelius Fudge in Harry Potter.
Well, the first one that you did, the John Hurt, was it? He was he did the voice of the dragon in Merlin.
Merlin, yeah.
He also played Gandalf.
Glenn Campbell.
Yeah. And
I'm a rhinestone cowboy.
And I think he was...
I recognize this guy.
Dick Gregory?
Dick Gregory. He was a comedian. But I've seen him in a lot of things over the years.
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
He did a lot in his life.
MDA Telethon.
He entertained the hell out of
the Labor Day Telethons.
Yeah,
plus him and Dean Martin were a great act.
They were the originals to starting the Brat Pack.
He was the original money.
But here's the thing, that man entertained our parents.
Yeah.
That man, him and Dean Martin and the.
Yeah, he was 91 when he died.
He was the original Nutty Professor.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we got to enjoy him too.
Lady. Hey lady!
Hey lady!
There, he does it really good. He did a
hurting.
He did a cameo on Mad About You, a TV series that was really good at one time.
Yep,
Jay Thomas.
Yep.
He was in Murphy Brown and Cheers.
Yep. He played Carlo's husband on Cheers.
Walter
Becker.
Steely Dan.
Steely Dan.
Okay.
Yep.
Don Williams, another great old singer.
Yep.
Troy Gentry from Montgomery
Gentry. Yeah.
It's too bad because that band was that duo was going to be the next Brooks and Dunn.
They were the band that was at State Fair when we went. Remember?
Yeah, Montgomery Gentry.
Montgomery Gentry.
Yep.
Frank Vincent from The Sopranos and Goodfellas.
Yep.
That guy's been in a lot of things over the years.
Harry
Dean Stanton. I recognize his face in a lot, and I mean, the guy just looks like he's always drunk. He looks like a fucking, I mean, but the one I can't think of it. He was in a movie with Molly Ringwald, playing Molly Ringwald's father.
Oh God, I can't remember. That wasn't Pretty in Pink, was it? She did Pretty in Pink. 16
I know,
Candles.
but it wasn't
Yeah.
16 Candles, but it was one. It was one where she was only had the father, and it had what's his name, Iron Man in it. Tony Stark.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Downey
had
Jr.
Robbie Downey Jr. in it. Anyway, I can't remember the name of the movie. Pickup Artist.
Oh, that one. Okay,
Oh,
the pickup
yeah.
artist.
The Pickup Artist. Bernie Casey. He was in Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a sucker.
Oh yeah.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner. He was.
Man, Hugh Hefner.
He was the man
founder,
that all the
everybody
kids,
dreamed
all the,
about
all
being.
the little boys wanted to be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If it wasn't for Hugh Hefner, we wouldn't have porn the way we have it today.
No, we'd still be looking at the Sears catalogs. And then bras you can measure first downs with.
Yep. But yeah, he changed the
He changed everything.
he changed the
Monty
aspect.
Hall.
Monty Hall,
Come on.
one of the game
Yeah.
show hosts, greats.
Yeah,
Let's make a deal.
let's make a deal. Yeah.
Tom
Oh,
Petty.
this
of
one.
Tom
This
Petty and the
one
Heartbreakers.
Was one of the worst to lose this year because he was one of the greatest.
Seen him at State Fair years ago.
He was one of the greatest. There were so many people,
B.B. King
so
many
upset about
B.B.
him.
King
hearts
opened up
broke
for him.
because of his.
Oh yeah, you know,
passing.
great music.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, I'll tell you right now. I bet you anything, and that the one that hit the worst.
Stevie Nicks.
That when
Stevie
he
Nicks,
passed,
yeah.
I guarantee you it hit Stevie Nicks the worst because
Oh,
of
yeah.
the fact that him and her did that song together.
That hit comedian history bad.
Ralphie May,
Yeah.
He had
yeah,
a lot.
I
He could have been something great.
you know, he had his own style, but there was some of his stuff I didn't like, honestly. But he was a good comedian.
He was from the Games of Thrones. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Roy Deutsch.
Dotris. Yeah, I don't remember who he played in Games of Thrones.
That's Domino.
Yeah.
Music legend there. Benson.
Yep.
Robert Goulet.
Dick Gordon.
That was an astronaut.
Yep,
Roy Halladay.
baseball player.
Phillies.
He-
Now that was a great loss too.
Yeah.
That hit us all hard too. John Hillerman.
Oh yeah.
Magnum
Magnum
PI.
PI.
What do you
God.
play? I can't. What was his
Blazing
name?
Sandals. Blazing Sandals. Sandals.
The funny thing is Higgins.
Higgins.
Yes.
Higgins, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got an upper
Yes, good.
management person that's last name Higgins.
Yeah.
He was also in Chinatown.
Yeah, that was Higgins. He was good.
Malcolm Young from ACDC.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that was
Yeah.
another one
Lost
that
his
hit.
battle with
That's
dementia.
another one that hit a lot of people hard too,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
his brother.
One of the greatest rock bands of all time in
Oh, yeah.
my
Oh,
point of view.
hell yeah.
He was 64.
ACDC. ACDC was one of
Malcolm-
the greats. They
Malcolm
came
and
out of
Angus.
Australia.
Malcolm and Angus Young founded this
Wow.
group.
I knew
They
they were
did.
on a long time. I didn't know he was 64.
Della
Yep.
Reese.
Yep. She was good. Highway to
Touched by
Touched by an
an Angel. My
Yep.
mom loved that
That
show.
was a good show. I seen it too. Earl Hyman. He
From the
played Grandpa
Cosby
on the
Show.
Cosby Show.
Yeah, he played Bill Cosby's dad on the Cosby Show. Here's another
Yeah.
one. He
David
that
Cassidy,
that
yeah.
that probably broke a lot of women's hearts when David Cassidy died from the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
And they grew up watching him, and he was such a teenage heartthrob back then.
They were actually real
My
mother and stepson.
Yep, that was
Yep.
Shirley Jones.
Yep. They were actually real.
Yeah, and
Mother and stepson.
Sean Cassidy was her real son and his stepbrother.
Yeah.
That's Rosemary.
Rosemary, yes, from Dick
from
Van
the
Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke Show. And I
Yep.
think that's
She
the
just
end of
passed-
my list here.
She just passed not
Good.
too long ago.
And this list, that sucks because it didn't have the one that you mentioned that wasn't on this
Oh,
list.
yeah,
Did you
Carrie
notice
Fisher.
that?
Yeah, I noticed.
She
that.
was the
Carrie
greatest
Fisher,
loss to the
She was
the
it
scientific,
was a
the
huge-
science fiction community.
Yes, she was a huge loss.
I'm
because
surprised they didn't
she
have
was
her
Princess
list
Leia.
She took
She
off.
was Princess
She
Leia.
took
I
off.
know.
Her career took off when she played Princess Leia, and she
Mhm.
was like, yeah, every nerd's dream.
No, guys our age.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but they were the geeky nerd
we were
type
the
that
young
always
punks.
watched
No, we
the.
were the young punks that went and seen the original Star Wars when it first came
I saw
out.
them out, yeah, but still. A
Yeah.
lot of the ones that really geeked over her were people like Eric Foreman from that 70s show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
And
wouldn't
then,
make
and then,
my
of course, I
girlfriend
looked
dress up like Princess Leia just so I could screw her, you know? That just ain't right. I mean, if I wanted to do it, I'd get her dressed up in a nurse's
Good
costume
Lord,
and
dude.
say, give me a sponge bath, baby.
Well, and then of course you looked up the celebrities that passed away, and I looked up the movies from 2017. On Rotten Tomatoes, there's 100 listed,
Okay, let's go through
All
it.
right.
We already did.
and here's the
You-
thing: the first one is
Well,
listed
we're
as
gonna do
Get
another
Out.
show. Get Out. Never saw it.
Yeah, neither did I, but I know some about it.
Is that a horror movie or something?
Yeah, it's kind of a horror movie.
Or a funny horror movie?
Is
But
it
I'll
a
tell
real
you
good
right
horror
now,
movie? Was it
I've-
kind of
I've
the horror
already-
movie we were talking about, the little previous subject there? you know?
No, it's not a horror
Oh,
movie. Not
damn.
WHORE movie. Horror. HORROR
Scary
movie.
horror.
Oh, the scary type.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But of course, there are some horror movies that are.
Well, I
scary
think Hollywood.
too.
I think Hollywood's fucked. I don't think they're going to come out with any good scary
Well,
movies anymore.
You know, I've already kind of breezed through this
Fucking
listing here,
rehashing Stephen King movie.
and
People have
you know,
seen so
and,
much
and I'm
stuff
looking at
on
it
there
and
and
saying,
mean to
thinking, you know, why do they have this particular one at the top, or the big stick? Now, Dunkirk, I
The
can
big
understand.
stick.
Why,
I got a big stick.
Dunkirk, I can understand
Is
why
that
it's in
fiction
number
or science
3.
fiction?
And Wonder Woman, I can definitely understand why it's up in number 4. But the one that should be absolutely on top, in my opinion.
It's in my imagination.
No, I'm serious. I didn't interrupt you when you were doing your death thing. Come on.
Okay.
But the one I'm thinking that I feel personally that should have been on the very number 1 on this list,
Okay.
Hidden Figures.
Yes, that was a very good movie. I've
I
seen
didn't
it.
see
That was one of the absolute
watched it
best
on
movies
HBO like
I have
5
ever
times.
seen this year. I actually liked it better than Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman was a very good movie.
Seen that in the theaters.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen a lot of movies this year. I got burnt out on movies a long time
Hidden
ago.
Figures is very good.
Hidden Figures is one that you would actually enjoy.
I
Very-
take your
really
word
good.
for it.
Some very smart
Yeah,
black
it
And
really
of course,
is.
we went,
for
we
NASA.
went to the theaters. We seen Wonder Woman.
He's only
we went
shown
to
me
the
just
theaters
about
and
every
seen Logan.
crappy movie I've ever seen.
And, you know, I've got War of the Planet of the Apes. I
Those
got that
were
on
good.
Vudu. Haven't seen the Spider-Man Homecoming now. Planet of the Apes.
That
is
looked
in
kind of,
12.
I don't know.
Spider-Man Homecoming's on 13th. But Hidden Figures, they got all the way down on the 16th. Number 16.
That was a
And
very good movie.
What else
I
is on
can't-
this list? Let's see.
Well, you
Come on,
got-
keep going.
You got the Lego Batman movie.
That was good. We watched
That was funny as shit.
It was
that
funny.
was so goddamn
It was
funny.
cute. It was funny.
Okay.
You know, and then you got, you know, Logan Lucky, City of Ghosts, Blade Runner 2049, which I haven't seen yet, and it did come out. And you got Truman.
All right, hold on. We're going to get back to this in a minute.
And this one I gotta see. This one I definitely gotta see. It's called Bright Lights, and it stars Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds.
All right,
And they
hold
got
on.
that at number 34. So
Okay.
we're gonna go to.
We're going to have to go to the next one, part 4. So stay
It's a
tuned.
lot. There's
For
a
part
lot
4.
for 2017.
There's a lot for us to cover yet. Stay tuned. If we can stay awake, there'll be more.